Queen of Wands. Sunflowers might be significant. Um, for someone, you might want to go get some sunflowers. I feel like they'll add a lot to your home. Like put them on full display right now. And I feel like it'll add. There's something about it energetically that I don't know. It feels like your house itself is asking. Like it feels like your house is what's coming through right now. It's like, yo, tell them to get me some sunflowers, please. And yeah, and through that, there's a certain energy that it'll bring into the space, and that'll pay you forward too. Like, yeah, there's something, and I'm not getting specifics as to what, like, oh, it's gonna make you feel this way or that way, but that's definitely the call. And I just heard waking up your inner lion. So I don't know. You get these sunflowers, they might turn you up. You might find your roar in there. But yeah, oh, yeah, that was different. I like that. Oh, and just like that, I go to shuffle one time and I fell. The sun came out. The baby. Yeah, I mean, it's time for a rebirth. Look how the light is right. We're on the sun. Nah, that's dope. I love it here. But yeah, understand that your passions are leading the way. Follow your passions. I know this feels like someone who's new to the world of following their intuition, following their passions, and letting them guide the way, letting their heart guide the way. Um, and look, sunflowers in the back again, fresh off the other card, the Queen of Wands. But yeah, it feels like maybe you're someone who's been, following the path that's been laid out for them. Maybe you went to school and then you went to college, you got the job, you're in corporate, now you're climbing corporate ladder, and it's like maybe not something you necessarily ever wanted to do for yourself, but it's like that was, that's what you do, that's what you were raised to do, that's the blueprint, that's the typical blueprint that's been laid out as far as just in schooling, and that's what you do. You get the job, you go have your family, you do all that. And this feels like recently you've decided, you know what, I'm going to pursue the things that I've been seeing, like the things that have been calling me this whole time, but it's a whole new process. So you're a baby. But understand, look how happy she looks. It's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where this leads or what's going to come of it. But I understand that it's going to lead me to more of myself. I'm going to learn a lot more about myself. And I won't have all these questions, these what ifs or possible regrets because I didn't go after what I felt or what I saw for myself. I understand that that's an empowering decision to make. And that leads to, the sun. That leads to more of yourself. That leads to your light. That leads to your connection to all these things that exist. You're literal stardust. You're no less than that. Like, so yeah, this just feels like the beginning for someone. And I'm excited. And I'm just being called to say welcome and to congratulate you on getting to this point, because it's a point that not everybody gets to. And not everyone is bold enough or courageous enough to walk that path, because it's a path that's not understood by everybody, that's not encouraged by everyone. It could leave you feeling ostracized or alone or separate, But it's like through that feeling of separation comes the connection to everything, and that's what's real. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for you, and hell yeah, I understand that it's not always gonna be easy. It's not always gonna be clear. Sometimes all you're gonna have is the faith and the knowing inside of what's possible. 1, 2, 3, as I say that. So hell yeah, but understand that you're not alone for sure. And if no one else hears you, can definitely come back to this space and understand that I'm someone who gets it, someone who's on a similar journey. So yeah, I appreciate you being here, and I hope you understand that I'm here with you as well. And I look forward to wherever we go next from here. Oh, this card wanted to come out earlier and I ignored it. Um, yeah, this is the last card. 3 of Wands. It's time. Your ship is on the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the timer as I say that. The time for preparation is over. You've gotten clear. You've gotten your guidance. Things have clicked home. You've had questions answered, and you went back to the drawing board and you grew. You took what resonated, you left the rest. You didn't force anything, but you took what felt right to you. You took what's going to serve you on this journey. And yeah, the Calvary's coming to get you, and it's time to return to the world. It's time to now go take these things that you've learned, take these the upgrades that you've gotten, and now it's time to go back into your reality and to put them to work. Don't just leave them in here as things you heard. You have to put them into practice. Go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, like I'm gonna become by being. That was one of the major things that we talked about today. It's like now it's like you have to put into practice, because there's the first step. Knowledge is just the first step, but it becomes wisdom through facing it and through choosing and through seeing how it plays out in the real world. And that leads to the understanding, and through that then you really understand and you've really become, and then everything after that is bonus. But right now it's like, okay, you've done the knowledge, you've learned what you need to learn, so now it's time to apply it and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what means something completely different in practice than what it did in theory. And yeah, that's a very important part of the process, and through that leads to everything else. And that's where we are right now. And understand that you will be rewarded every step of the way. Don't feel like, okay, now you did knowledge, now you have to do all this time. Like I'm seeing an internship where it's like you did all this work, but now you're working for free just to show that you know what you're doing, and hoping that that becomes a job. Like, this is not that. Understand that it is an internship. It's a paid internship. So understand that, yes, you'll be practicing, you'll be learning, you'll be seeing how things actually work, but understand that it still comes with the benefits, it still comes with the gifts, it still comes with the miracles, it still comes with success as you continue to see more. And understand that that alone allows you to keep going deeper into it. It becomes your proof. It becomes like, oh, okay, wow, this did come from it. Like, oh, like Scooby snacks on the floor. And it's like, oh, you just, or when they, in the cartoons, and they're trying to trap something, and it's like food on the floor, and they pick it up like, ooh, ooh. And then they look up and they're in the trap, and it's like, yes, that's exactly what's happening, but you're headed to all the best things possible. You're like, ooh, miracle. Ooh, synchronicity. Ooh, abundance. And then you look up and it's like, oh shit, my dream life. It's like, yes, you made it. And it's like, we were trying to tell you, but you weren't, it was too big. So it's like we had to, breadcrumb you. We had to give you little by little to keep you showing up, to keep you in the journey, to keep the magic working. And it's like, yeah, understand that sometimes it can be that same way, because we're so powerful that we can really block the hell out of ourselves. So it's like sometimes you have to be tricked by yourself to get to where you need to get. And sometimes we have to be in the dark, because if we knew everything, it'd probably be too much, or it sounds too crazy that, now we're sitting here like, I don't believe that. And now you're actively blocking it. So it's like, okay, no, we're just going to give you this little call. Like, oh, okay, I feel like doing this. It's like, yeah, just answer that. That's a small thing. You answer it. You answer the call. You show up. It's like, oh, wow, this happened. It's like, oh, okay. And then, you continue to do it. And then it's like, wow, actually, this big shift started with like that little decision. It's like, yeah, that's what brought me here. I wanted to stream for the longest I wanted to stream. And for me, it was like gonna be video games and stuff like that. And I don't know, years later, it's like I finally got the call again. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And then not only in the future, I'm gonna do it today. So that day I pulled up and I came on Twitch and I streamed like the game, like playing 2K video games. And I think I liked it. And then the next day it was like I was on there and I saw, Twitch has the scheduling and all that feature and all that. And it was like, I can put a schedule together. And, reading tarot and talking about spiritual topics, things like that. Stuff I did, just, in random and passing. Like, I've had these cards for like 4 years now. Like, very randomly, I might drop a card on my story and like little explanation, or I might pull one card and do a reading on my store page or whatever, like little things like that. But it's like when I was on Twitch, it was like, I could do that every week. It's like, oh, Monday's my favorite day of the week, and it became Monday Magic, and now it became this whole thing. And it's like all that came from the one call to play video games on stream. And it's like, it may not have been about that. It may have been all to get me to this point, to be here with y'all. But it's like, I wouldn't have known that if I would have, required such big, profound things to be clear before I sat there and just streamed that one day. And it's like, you don't know. Sometimes the call is just a means to an end. It doesn't mean you have to do it forever. It's like, it might just be there to get you to walk into that place, and then you meet somebody and it's like, that's what it was for. It had nothing to even do with the job or the place you applied or the place you felt called to go to. It's like, it probably was just to get you to meet whatever, or just to, it's like, you won't know, but you have to show up. That's the one thing that doesn't matter what the reason is, but you showing up is non-negotiable. So yeah, I'm just feeling really called to let you know, like, trust those calls that you get. Trust your intuition, trust your heart, and understand that things will be clear. Hindsight will be 2020. But it's like, it won't be if you don't ever choose. If you don't ever choose yourself, if you don't ever do the thing, show up to the place, be who you're called to be. So yeah, definitely answer those calls and enjoy the week this week. I feel like, I don't know, this week was definitely different energy wise. It feels like things are still settling in and things are still unfolding. It doesn't feel like a week for a bunch of new action or random action. It feels like, do what you've been doing. It feels like, be open for miracles, expect things to pop up in your experience, old and new. People from past lives popping up, or like people who knew versions of you that you are no longer, or like childhood friends, or people you knew from elementary, like things like that. I feel like your current reality right now is, sending you off, so it's sending things that may not have been closed before, like people you never got to say goodbye to before, things like that. It feels like a goodbye party. Like they're sending you off. Your current reality is sending you off because it knows you're stepping into this new one. Yeah, that's a really dope visual. But yeah, understand that that's where you are right now, and enjoy it. And enjoy what's popping up for you, and don't miss it by spending it trying to force things into place, or trying to hustle your way into this new season that's already here for you. So yeah, enjoy the unfoldment, and understand that you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now, and that things will only get better from here. Um, Dang, there was a completely different car on the split when I went to pull it, but right now it's this one. I understand, and then I feel like this is the space, exactly what we were just talking about. Sit with it. Enjoy the space you're in. Understand that everything's unfolding perfectly fine. And wow. So the chat has been working. Thank you. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, everything's okay. Enjoy your party. Enjoy this goodbye that's happening for you right now. And understand that where you are is perfect. And one day you'll look back and be like, dang, I wish I really enjoyed that more. I wish I really sat there and spent time with, the people who matter to me. And I spent less time, trying to prepare for this future that was always going to be amazing. So you're doing wonderfully. And if no one has told you that, I'm telling you right now. And I'm really proud of you. And I love you so much. And just all the greatest things. Like, I just want to say them all to you right now. And if you could see everything that's unfolding for you, if you could see just how far you've come and how much further there is to go in all the best ways, I feel like you'd be so elated, you'd be so happy, you wouldn't be sad, you wouldn't be crying. And if you were crying, it'd be like the most joyous tears ever. And it's like, yeah, things get so good for you. And I just hope you let them. And get out of your own way. Allow things to be good. And trust yourself. And yeah, just be. And be present through it all. And say thank you for it all. And understand that all roads lead to where you're going. And don't spend too much time having regrets. Don't spend time trying to judge your experience, judge your past self. There's no point, because you're an amazing person, and every decision, every outcome, every incident, everything led you to here and is leading you to where you're going. So just say thank you for it all, and save yourself some time and just enjoy it. But yeah, that's been Monday Magic. I'm Mark, and yeah, I'm feeling called to tell you guys, if you guys want to keep up with me more than just here in these spaces or just readings, definitely follow me on Instagram. 5D just too easy. Um, I share things all the time, little motivational things or things I come across. I have highlights on there with a bunch of perspective, and it's just kind of the hub of more me. So if you vibe with my energy, you vibe with the way I see the world, definitely follow me there. Follow me on TikTok, KK Not Again. Um, yeah, and just the link in my bio also leads to everywhere too. So if there's places I haven't mentioned, if you want to hear my music, I definitely make music too. Um, yeah, music is a tool for me to do this as well, as far as just sharing perspective and educate and inspire and also transmute a lot of energy and practice a lot of alchemy. So I make music as KK the artist on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. I'm very multi-dimensional. So yeah, I could sit here all day, but yeah, definitely check out the links, and yeah, make sure you guys are sharing with me what you guys are up to as well. Um, yeah, we could do this all day, but I'm gonna let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Um, yeah, make sure you guys are shining your light. Touch one person, even if it's just you. You know, inspire yourself. Tell yourself that you look amazing. Tell yourself that you're an amazing person. Make yourself smile. You know, and if that's all you do this week, then it was a successful week. I promise. Everything after that is bonus. So yeah, be safe, and I'll talk to y'all later. Look what's on the bottom again. 10 of Pentacles. I'm telling y'all, this is it. I love you guys so much, and yeah, things are gonna get so good, and they are so good. And I just really want y'all to understand that and believe that. Oh, over too soon. We'll be back. There's always more magic. There's always more where that came from. Thank you. I definitely will. Um, yeah, and if you don't already, definitely check out my YouTube. 5D Just Too Easy. Um, there's more readings. There's past readings. There's all type of stuff there. And whenever I get just little downloads or little inspirations and things to talk to, I definitely go there. So yeah, definitely check me out there. And Twitch, yeah, I've been on Twitch, I want to say a couple months now. I do these readings every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Um, yeah, I've been considering doing more than just the Mondays, but we'll see as things continue to expand. I'm definitely not resistant to keeping anything in any boxes, so there's always room to elevate and grow. It's just a matter of what we need and what's called, honestly. But yeah, I'll be around, and I'll definitely see you around. For once.